Hi guys, I'm back again. Hope you enjoyed the Roy Keane video. Now something a little bit different. It involves all of football and racism in football. Racism is a problem that affects, it affects lots of people. It will always be an issue for as long as there's black, white, brown, and whatever. Racism will always be an issue, and you'll never ever get rid of it, in my opinion. But there's been a lot of talk about the Rooney Rule being introduced into football. Is that something that I am for? If you're not familiar with the Rooney Rule, it's something that was brought in American football or in American sport, whereby when managerial positions are being, interviews are being taken for managerial positions, clubs must always interview at least one black person. So is that right? Is that a rule that will help football? Now, in my opinion, I genuinely believe I'm against the Rooney Rule. I'm all for racial equality. I don't see anyone's skin color, so don't ever get me wrong in that sense. But I think the Rooney Rule puts clubs under unfair. Like someone should be interviewed on merit and not by color of skin. Whether that's a white person, black person, brown person, they should be interviewed on merit. And if you're forcing clubs to interview a certain person, then you have other people saying, okay, why aren't they interviewing an Asian person? Why aren't they interviewing this kind of person? And why should you interview someone just because of their color of skin? Yes, it would help in implementing, obviously black players in football only come along, you see the times of Ron Atkinson, Cyril Regis and stuff like that. And in my opinion, it may take time for players to then become managers, because obviously it's a new thing. As stupid as it sounds, it's happened in modern times. So maybe it just takes time for players then to become managers, and we're seeing more black players being involved. And eventually, 5 to 10 years down the line, we will see more black managers. Or am I wrong? Is it a case that black managers are being overlooked because of the color of their skin? I genuinely don't believe they are. Obviously, there is racism in football. There's racism in everyday life. FIFA needs to take more action against racism as and when it happens. They don't really care about it. They don't fight against it. Kick it out. It doesn't do nothing. Let's be honest. So, is the Rooney Rule a right thing? I'm against it because I don't think someone should be given an interview just because of their color of the skin, racial equality, and all that. And that brings me on to the focus in England is always about black managers and getting black managers into football and so on and so forth. Fair enough. But is there not a key question that should be asked? Why aren't there enough British Asians in football? Because when I go up and down parks, I've played at various levels, Saturdays and Sundays, and not at the top level, but still. And you go around parks around this country, training grounds, etc. And there's as many talented British Asians as there are British white people, British black people, and so on. So why are we not then seeing these kind of players in the top levels? Why isn't that happening? Should more opportunities be given to British Asian players, or are opportunities not being given to them? And should something be done to bring that in? Now, obviously, I'm again same way with the Rooney Rule. We shouldn't give players opportunities just because we haven't got that color of player or stuff. But should something be done? Because if you look at the population of Britain, there's a large percentage of that population are Asian, British Asian. If you look at football players up and down the country, amateur level, non-league level, there should be, you see a lot of Asian footballers. You see them coming through now as well. I've got a friend called Yan Danda. Unfortunately, he plays for Liverpool, but he's one of the best British Asian footballers out there at the moment. But should there be more? So what do you think? Let me know. Get your comments in below. Let me know what you think. As I said before, I am I'm not a racist. I'm all for racial equality. So don't get me wrong in any way or anything that I've said. I hope any of that hasn't offended you. It shouldn't have anyway. But get your comments in below and let me know what you think. I'm Adam McKola.